Welcome, one and all, to the Buckle In Podcast.
Viewers beware, you're in for a scale. Buckle in, yeah, buckle in. Some real strange things will be discussed. So if you offend easily, please don't listen, thanks so much, yeah.
Ready?
Oh, no.
Welcome back to another episode of the Buckle In Pod with Tommy, Gage, and Drew.
We're back.
Once again.
Back in the new year.
Where we get down to brass tacks and dive right into some unnerving, yet rather thought-intensive scenarios and situations. Take some time with us, please. And let's step into a fucked up alternate reality where anything goes, decisions have to be made. Let's buckle in. It's talking about
Deja vu, folks.
Drew, what was that you were saying? Ball goes over
Back
the
to back.
receiver's head and the cornerback does what?
Yeah, like, you know, the quarterback overthrows it. Doesn't even, the catcher was never, or the receiver is never going to get it. The cornerback's still like looking at it, like, yeah, you know how ignorant they are? Just, and it's like, it was just a bad pass. You didn't even, anyone could have done that. What do you,
Pump the brakes, man.
Yeah, it's always hilarious though when that happens. Because that's any football fan that like knows football. They're like, get a load of this guy.
oh, we hate it, but part of the game, I guess. Why not? You got to do it.
Hey.
Yep.
I mean, quarterback's job is probably like the hardest in football. You got to chase around. Well, other than quarterback, you got to chase around a fucking freak of nature athlete where he makes the first step and you have to follow. Like that's absolutely unbelievable.
And you can't slow them down at all. with your
Shout out to
hand.
people like Pat or Dan and those psychos that are fucking disgusting because that shit is insane. What's going on though, fellas? What's going on?
You know what? Actually, you know, the wheels were turning, and I actually do have a story about this weekend, week. Oh God. So I was up in Rochester for a bit, and I was chilling with I stayed at my cousin Rachel's house, and Sunday, me, Trevor Seymour, and Angie went out like all day, like kind of bar hopping and shit, and just drank like every IPA. And like, dude, it was brutal. Like, ate a ton of shit. Like, we went, literally, she drove us all the way to Farmington. We ate a whole my God. We come in drunk as shit, and Trevor's like literally like, give me a garbage plate. We sit down, Trevor eats it in like 1 minute. I eat pretty much the whole thing, so I'm full. I had a pizza earlier, drank, like all that shit. I get back to my cousin's around like 12:30 at night.
Sounds like a vomit story.
Oh God, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I'm like still sore from it. Like, not lying. So like, yeah. So then, like right before bed, my cousin and I the night before just like chefed up some pasta. So I was like heating that up for the next night, and I went into the fridge. And I got their parm, and it was like the good parm that comes in like, you know, like the bin at like the deli section, you know? So it's like not Kraft that has like preservatives. So it's like good for 30 years. So I like smother it with it, right? I'm just fucking crushing it. And like while I'm eating it, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this cheese is like tart. I'm like, it's a little like sharp, but it's parm. It was like confusing to me, like, but I was like so like hungry and just drunk. I was like, oh, just crushed it. And then I went to like go put the cheese back, and I was like, you know, maybe I should take a look at this date. Look on the bottom, 3/20/2025. I was like, it's like, this probably won't sit right. I was like, maybe I'll be okay. I was like, maybe I'll be good. No. At 8 a.m., dude, I literally was like, oh, dude, I crawled upstairs, dude, and I literally, dude, I feel like it was like a log, like a gelatinous log that just came out of my mouth. Dude, it was like a full garbage plate, all the pizza, dude. It hurt like
a sausage.
Every time I laugh, literally my neck hurts because I like was doing it, like puking so hard. It was awful, dude. It was so bad. Oh my God. So yeah, that was a good time.
Drew, weren't you in my room that Harbor Fest where we were in the Sigta house where I threw up out of my window? I could have sworn you were there because I thought you were the one that made the comment. You were like, that might be the most I've ever seen someone throw up in my entire life. I literally like slammed a yellow Gatorade, bro, and opened up the side window of my room in the Gator and just went I swear to God, bro, I'm not even trolling. It had to have been from like both, like all of my lips was like touching the vomit. It had to have been
All
like
of my lips.
I actually do think I remember that. I think Jay was there too.
There was a few people in my room when
it was
that
like
happened.
the next morning, right? Like 10
Yeah.
a.m. Yeah, it was just. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, right on the roof. You just did
Yeah,
it,
right on the side.
Yeah, I was just gonna say right on the roof. Yeah, was it? You probably were just so thirsty and you just slammed. Like,
I just
mad Gatorade.
slammed. Yeah. I probably drank at least half of like a 32-ounce Gatorade.
Dude, that's always like the worst thing ever, dude. When you're literally like so thirsty and then you're like chug it and then your body's immediately like,
Yeah, did you? Do you remember the one time we were partying at we were all in your room like after the bars, and I just fell asleep like this on the couch. Like I was just like, and you guys were partying in the room for hours afterwards. You guys were taking videos of me, and I'm just like,
yeah, you can go perpetual, dude, in that room. Like you just like go into another realm.
Yeah, it's the hyperbolic time chamber in that fucking room. Literally, what like
there's so many puke stories.
5 hours felt like 10 minutes.
How about when Paul, was it Paul or Troy? One of them, and it was like the around the world party, and like Paul. No, I think it was Troy. I don't know. One of them was vomiting in my goddamn cooking pot. Nonetheless, because remember I had like that closet was like my little like kitchenette area. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's him and Troy slammed in that little kitchenette, and there's like 5,500 people in my room going crazy, and I like walk into my room like, PJ, and he's like, come over here. I was like, what? I go over there, dude. Literally, Troy's like crumpled up, vomiting in my fucking pasta pan. I was like, all right, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
Better than on the floor.
I don't know, actually. No, because I had to throw that pot out. I'm not cleaning it.
Sure.
You know? I don't know.
You don't think you can clean it?
I'm sure you could.
Just the thought, though. Okay, if I took one of your pans and shit. Well, I guess it's not. Okay, but if I vomited hard body in one of your cooking pans, would you be like, let me put this in the dishwasher? I don't know.
Like
I think that's
I think an old hand scrub. You know,
I just cook it.
You're gonna need a Brillo pad.
I mean, at the end of the day, especially now, it's a fucking pot. Like, I'll buy 14 more pots. You think I need that fucking pot? I need that shit.
No, yeah, forget that.
Like, if I was in college and I had like 2 pots and pans to my name, I might
I'm probably hyperbolizing. I think I kept it. Who am I kidding? I had to make chicken that was 4 days old.
I was literally just gonna say, bro. Drew, have you ever heard that story, bro? We were fucking. It was probably after the shed because we used to go to McDonald's every fucking time we go to the shed.
Because it was probably like a Friday and I needed food desperately before drinking.
And I remember the day after the shed, Gage, I went to, so we went on the shed on Wednesdays, so it must have been a Thursday. And this guy was like, bro, I swear to God, I had more McDonald's and I don't know where it went. Like it was like racking his brain. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I did with this McDonald's. He's like, I must have ate it. I don't know. And then like days later, wasn't it like wedged behind in the bag behind like your like illuminescent bottles?
Yeah, my neon lights or whatever. Where it was like the empty Nikolai bottles and dumb shit. And I literally walked by the shelf and I was like, is that a McDonald's bag? I was like, huh? I literally opened it and I was like, I haven't had dinner yet, so yep.
And I
nibbled it.
Was that
didn't get
2
food
days
poisoning
later?
from that though.
Or 4? Yeah,
it was.
How was it?
No more than 4, no less than 2. So
that's all right.
There it wasn't. It was. I mean, dude, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, those time lapse.
You ever seen a video of the fucking guy who put like I think it was a Big Mac. Yeah, and it was like 10 years and it was fine.
Cheers. Hey, tastes good.
Yeah, I guess so.
So was Rachel still eating that Parmesan cheese that you fucking ate, or was it just like you just got the unlucky turn?
I think their bodies have become like they've evolved to eat like old shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're like, that's perfectly good. I just got it.
Well, because literally her sister was over, and I was like telling the story when I got up, and her sister was like, "Yeah, every time I come over here, I am always afraid to like eat out of that fridge. It's like Russian roulette." And I was like, "How are people not like shitting their brains out?"
He said it's very sharp. It's sharp.
I swear to God, I was like, it's like sour. Like I don't even know. It was like somebody spray like that fucking like sour. I don't even know. Remember that shit that you could like spray on your tongue?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like one
Most
little like
ridiculous
mist
shit.
of that. That's what it tasted like. I was like, no.
How about one time I was on vacation and we had gotten like donuts the morning before, and then it was the next morning after, and I wake up, my grandpa's in the kitchen. I'm like, Grandpa, what are you doing? There were still like 6 donuts left, and he's like messing with the donuts. I'm like, what are you doing? I look at the donuts. I mean, they're covered in like 100 ants. And he's just like brushing them off. And he's like, man, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm not eating those. He literally like rinsed it off in the sink and then ate a donut that was just covered in like 100 ants. I'm like, dude, my
That's the
dad,
most old person shit. We can't waste these.
He just goes like, he like wipes it off.
my grandpa's insane. He uses the same napkin from Sunday to Sunday. He packs it up, puts it back in his spot. I mean, dude, they come from
Yeah, dude, that's old school shit, baby.
Post-depression, dude. They're not messing around.
Amen.
You're saving
I mean,
every nickel.
I've definitely
Like a paper napkin?
Oh yeah, paper napkin, paper cup.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, see, I thought you were gonna say like a nice cloth
Like a
napkin. I was like,
handkerchief?
that's suitable. But you're telling me like
that's
a
no.
McDonald's napkin type napkin. He's just like, and like tucks it in.
Yes, dude. Tissues.
Tissues?
He'll pull a tissue out of his pocket.
Dude, just get
like
a
at
hanky.
dinner, wipe his nose, whatever, put it back in his pocket. A tissue. Bro.
No, this guy's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
I think that's just an old person thing, maybe too.
That's
It
what that
is.
is.
He doesn't know any better. He's
I mean, when I'm that old too, I mean, I'm not gonna go get a tissue every time either.
How old is your grandpa?
I'll probably use my shirt.
88, 89.
Yeah, I think that's
I'd be
just the
blowing
key.
loogies
Everyone
in
that
my
I feel like I
shirt.
know in our generation, like grandparents, like so our grandparents, I feel like they're like, yeah, my grandma's like 119. It's like, really? She's like, yeah, and she drank Dr. Pepper every day for 49 years straight.
Yeah.
It's like, I almost feel like you. There's this one guy that's on like TikTok and shit, and apparently he's like, I'm the most healthiest person in the world. I take 37 supplements a day. I work out every day. It's like, brother, you're probably gonna die when you're 71. You fucking loser. Like, what are you talking about? You're probably gonna literally like, what is even the fun? I feel like you're just gambling.
Yeah, I'd rather
with
just
so
live
much
and
time.
See what
like,
happens.
If you do all that shit and it does not make you have like a longer, more illustrious life, then you just literally lived a shittier life than me, and we died at the same time. Like, what did you gain? You fucking
Hats
retard?
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
GG's.
I know someone whose mom was like, her whole life was dedicated to being like, like a bodybuilder, like in shows and stuff.
Yeah,
Got cancer, like lung cancer, at like the age of 40. That, like,
dude, you never
spent her whole
know.
life
That's what I
working
mean.
so-
Party,
and,
bro. Fuck 'em.
obviously she's given herself a better chance, I suppose, to a certain extent, but doesn't matter. It'll get you if it wants to.
That's what I mean, dude.
Yeah, I think that
exactly.
there's
If
like
it
definitely
wants to.
validity to like trying to be healthy. I think that's like a good,
course.
obviously, way to
Of course.
be. But I'm just saying the people who go like well past the line in the sand, and they're like, I don't even fucking go outside. I only drink water with fucking salt and shit in it, like, and just live like drink like fucking apple cider vinegar and all that garbage that tastes like fucking ball sack juice. Get the fuck out of here! Like, I'm
Sounds
sorry,
good
bro.
in theory, but
Oh shit.
it's too much work anyways.
Bro, I need to see immediate results if I'm gonna do some fucking garbage shit like that. Like, I better take one and be like almost like Popeye's spinach. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, I
yeah.
feel good because I ain't doing some shit where you're like, yeah, eat this grass pill
Yeah,
or
it tastes
something.
like
And be
shit.
yeah,
I
it
hate
tastes
eating
like
it,
dump.
but maybe I'll live another day.
It's like,
Oh, word.
to be honest with you, I mean, what is it even worth? If you told me I got to live to
That's what I'm
105, but
saying.
I'm going to be a fucking lima bean, like, I'm good, bro. I'd rather just die.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
I don't want to be a fucking like old pecan like walking around.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
good, bro. I can't
Like,
stand when these old pieces of garbage walk by me and I got to be like, look at this slow motherfucker.
Speaking of that,
Just
speaking
die.
of gripes, honestly, old people, okay, after a certain age, take the fucking license right from their goddamn wrinkly sons of bitches' hands, bro. I hate them. I hate when they're on the road. If you are above, I don't know, what do you guys think?
If you're above, like, I've always said, if
80?
you're above, like, 85, I think you should be mandatory,
Ooh,
like,
85's pushing it.
all right, we'll do 80. Because, like, yeah, a lot of 85 is even a good life. I feel like if you die at 85,
Although
you're
my
still pretty
grandma
old.
would probably never get around again, but sorry, grandma.
My grandpa,
Call it
he
Uber.
still has his license.
I'm just
but I
saying,
mean,
I wasn't going to say take it away, though. I was going
I
to say they
just-
should have to go
God,
through, like, a mandatory,
Yes,
like,
every year. you
eye
go.
reflexes and, like,
Yeah.
and the anomalies who are, like,
Yeah.
really good for being old,
Yeah.
they can keep it. But, like,
The anomalies, they're like,
if you did a test 100 people that were 85 or above, and you actually did like an intricate test, I bet you at least 95 out of those 100 would get their license taken away.
Dude,
and
they would probably crash
driving
into a
around
fucking Brit. Yeah, exactly.
a 2-ton vehicle, driving like a piece of crap.
Just merging. Yep. Just, yeah, dude.
You don't gotta tell me. I hate everybody on the road.
Yeah, I don't think my grandpa should have his license.
My grandpa that just passed away, actually, he got his taken away like a year ago.
Just fucking get an Uber subscription or whatever. Can't you get like monthly shit?
Don't even go anywhere. Just sit in a chair.
What are you doing?
For people to bring you stuff.
What are you doing? Exactly.
Like an old king.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Give me my peanuts, motherfucker.
Right. Dude, by the time you can't drive, you should be in a home anyway. You know.
Dude, honestly, bro, I feel like it has such a bad connotation about it going into like a nursing home. I mean, if you put me in a home with like you two guys, and we were just like playing video games like old pieces of shit in a chair, I mean, fuck me. I'd
like, why aren't they like fun and cool?
Ideal, but I don't
think that's not their generation. Yeah, I mean,
I'm saying, I get that.
Pick up
I'm
sticks
just,
and jacks.
But I'm even if it was just like playing fuck. If I was with all my boys, I mean, granted, that's not usually how it happens. Because I feel like usually they get stuck in some fucking home with like no one that you know. Yeah, GG's. But I mean, I'm just saying. That'd be kind of
cool. So you can meet mad people. Like
commit to the same place, like when they're like 30. Like, right,
honestly,
we're all going to this nursing home when we get to this age.
Seriously,
I'll just meet there when we're like 70.
How lit would that be, bro? That'd be so lit. Sick. Imagine the reunion. You're like, yo, we're fucking old as dirt.
Yeah.
Like, what up, you piece of shit? Dude, that's another thing I think about, bro. Like, I can't even imagine that even when I'm like 80 years old, I still feel like I'm going to say the dumb shit that I say now. But I feel like in the generation of older people that went through these wars and shit, like, I don't know, they're all like docile and quiet. Like, I'm going to be 80 years old being like, what up, you motherfucker? Like,
probably, right? Yeah.
Dude,
100%.
I also think the generation that we're growing up in is going to be so nice being old. Like, being able to actually, because like we said, the old generation of our grandparents, getting old was like, fuck, all I did for fun was like go play stickball and shit. Now I'm an old piece of crap. What am I gonna do? I could literally be like, get old, I can't run. Guess what?
By the time we're that age, dude, we're gonna be in like the metaverse, bro. Where it's gonna be like fucking like
I'll be playing games with my mind.
You do have to remember though, what pisses off every generation the most is the generation that comes after them. Dude,
correct.
These kids are punks, man.
Dude, I know. Dude, I feel so old too because I think the same fucking thing, bro, every day.
Bro, if you were born in the year 2000, you're 25. Like,
dude, it's
that shit is crazy.
These kids are punks nowadays.
I feel
anyone under the age of 20, I cannot even talk to. I'm like,
I know, dude. It's like a whole nother like, dude. They're like.
They don't care about anything.
Like jargon in their lingo too, like their skibbity shit or whatever the fuck they say and shit. I don't even.
Bro, they literally had an iPhone. They had iPhones in their hand when they were 7. I didn't even. My first phone I got when I was like 13, and it was a fucking flip phone.
That's why they're demented.
That had an AC/DC ringtone on it from the previous owner.
Exactly.
Like that was my first phone, dude. Me and my brother always talk. And it's not even to be like, oh, us, our generation. We really did and are growing up in like the craziest tech generation like ever.
And
bro.
we went
from literally
like,
having fucking.
Right in
I literally had a
cusp.
CD player as a kid.
That's what I'm saying.
And 10 years later,
I
had a fucking iPod Touch to fucking like that you could download all this shit on and have movies and fucking like I literally used to have one of these like movie. Dude, I used to have this like movie like player thing. I don't know if that was like a thing that a lot of people had, but when I was a kid, it literally would have like it was like a handheld thing with like little like discs that would go in and like play movies.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And now you just go
also
on the phone
mini clips.
and
remember
search.
Those were
bro. It's just like think about TVs, like those big box 50-pound fucking TVs we had, and then like this, boom, overnight flat screens. And even the first flat screen and now is crazy. The first flat screen was probably like 4 inches thick. Now they're fucking like the screens themselves are like half an inch.
I think about like my great grandma who lived to like 107, I think. How about her? What did she seen literally like
well, yeah, but I just feel like the old people
and then
like,
now she sees like
it,
phones.
but they don't
like
use
what
it.
has she seen? Yeah, but I'm
yeah,
saying
because
like
they're used to it. Could you guys imagine like not having a TV? What would you do?
That's what I'm saying. They were all like by the radio, listening to
just
like
read a book
Teddy
every
Roosevelt's
night? Like,
fireside chat.
Now I'm just watching my phone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, like, or even do you think about internet? I literally had like
That's what I'm
AOL
saying. How did they
dial-up
study?
shit when I was a
They
kid.
actually had to read books.
Where if my mom was on the phone and we went onto our computer, we would hear her through the computer because it was all off one shared line dial-up crap. And now we have fiber, 2 gig upload, 2 gig download fucking internet. Like, what the hell? And that was like a 15-year lapse. Like, there's so many that you can continue to say over and over again. But like the tech advancement, like look at Teslas. I think that goes so under the fucking, like, under people's noses. Like, these cars can drive themselves. Like, what the absolute fuck? My first car, which was only like 12 years ago, was a fucking 2001 Dodge Dakota that literally was a piece of crap. And these motherfuckers have cars where they could literally recline and it drives for you. And that, how long has that been out already? 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
Like, there is something to be said about the simpler times, though. But
that's what I'm saying.
At the same time, it probably sucked ass. I mean, if you lived in it, you didn't know any better, so it was fine. You know, it would have been great. But like looking back, we couldn't go back.
I would
be
die.
So bored that would suck.
Dude,
so bad.
I would die. I mean, granted, like even as a kid in our generation, I was a very, very like get home from school, go outside, throw the baseball around. Fucking, I used to throw a baseball like practicing my pitching at a fucking like a log cabin like playset thing just to practice like the strike zone.
1921.
Well, it was like a plastic fucking playhouse thing.
You used to throw it against
but
the
like,
wall.
I was always outside every day, so like that when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't have been bothered that much. But like as we get older, like if I can't just get off work and either just like watch the Yanks or like play some PS5 or do something just relaxing and like I don't know what the fuck I would do. I'd probably just kill myself. I'd probably just go up to the roof and just give an old and the dismount
curtsy
on the neck.
I think this is turning into just millennials bitching about younger generations podcast.
Hey, it is what it is, baby.
Should we fucking switch shit up?
Yeah.
Should we fucking bust into the gunk? All right.
When are we going to take a break, you think?
Yeah, I was thinking now. Were you thinking the same thing?
Really?
Not necessarily.
We're already a half hour in. I'm already 2 beers in.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I want to smoke another.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say we give a couple scenarios and then.
Yeah, let's do like a few casual ones.
Yeah, because I got a basic motherfucker.
All right. Yeah. Shoot. All right, because mine kind of might go somewhere if you know what I mean.
I got a very, very basic one. If we want to start
I got a basic one too for when we're done.
All right.
I just saw this one. This is a one I saw online. Took some inspiration from
Rock out with
some moron. But he said, actually, which one do I want to do? All right, so this one says, would you rather be able to speak every language or be able to speak to animals?
Oh, dude, I want to say initially animals.
I feel like there's some thought that can go into both, though. That could be like devil's advocate.
Animals, dude.
Yeah, but what if you end up talking to the animal and like what they have to say is like absolute dog piss nothing?
Yeah,
Hachi's
just like I hate you your whole fucking life.
No, what if he's just like a fuck because he's an animal? GG's.
Well, or what if he's really fun to talk to? I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know.
What if he's like Brian or some shit?
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I thought about both sides. I feel like first of all, being able to speak every language, you could literally go anywhere in the world and like it doesn't matter. Like no
but
sweat off your balls.
I could honestly just use fucking Google Translate nowadays. I can't do that with fucking a wolf or a fucking owl. How cool would it be to see a fucking owl and see him like be like, yeah, baby, what's good, homie? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but what if they're literally like,
bro? Everyone wants to be Dr. Doolittle, dude. Give me a break.
Yeah, I already hate talking to people in English, so I don't need to talk to anybody additional.
Although you do have a point,
traveling,
though.
So,
oh, God.
I mean, animals for sure.
You'd also probably be able to get an insanely good job if you could speak every single language. But you could probably work for like the fucking CIA. Or some
I think I'm going to get a job with probably some sort of fucking animal clinic because I can talk to animals. You get me? They're going to be like, it hurts right here, doc.
Dude, I'm literally just saying for both sides. I think the practicality obviously lies with the language one. I think the animal one is more so for like your enjoyment and just how cool that would be. I think obviously like for a person, I think that speaking of languages, who the hell can do that?
But then even like if I was in my backyard or like even waking up, I hear like the birds chirp. Like, what are they saying? You know,
like, what up, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, what if they're all dicks?
Like, yo,
that's what I'm saying. What if they're all like just pieces of shit? And what if their vocabulary is like fucking 12 words because they're dodo birds.
Can they hear you?
True.
Can you talk to them?
Yeah, you can communicate with them.
Like, can you reason with the birds and be like, look, you can come to my trees and like bitch all you want, but can you wait till like 10 a.m. or something? Like,
for sure.
Be
like, look,
or
put out some good pellet.
Like, no,
you definitely can reason with them, but like
There's
I keep saying, I don't know what their mental capacity is going to be. What if there's like bird seed, and you're like, don't come to my trees, and he's like, cool, motherfucker. Like, what if they can't like fucking talk? Like, what if they're just dumb? Like, what's a bird's brain? Isn't that literally like a disc?
That's
like
true.
Bird brain.
I mean,
you're just dumb as hell.
I would prefer that than they have.
I don't need to speak to a Somali pirate. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to. Yeah,
I want to go outside and talk to the fucking squirrel that's been living in my tree for 2 days.
Yeah,
like, what up, baby? Like, he's like, let's go, man.
Like, I could go out there. Yeah, and I could be like,
yo. To say. Yeah.
I would take
birds, watch my shit. Like,
I would take the animals too. I think that I'd be able to, with my personality I already have. I feel like I'd be able to make quite a living if I was some kind of personality. I'm like Steve Irwin, but I actually speak to animals. I'm like,
you got Caesar Milan who pretends he can talk to fucking dogs, and people suck his balls, dude.
Yeah, and I actually would be able to.
But I do think the animals would be quite needy. Like if they knew they could speak to you, they'd all come to you and they'd be looking for handouts, and they'd be like, the penguins over there, they'd be
just like Dr.
sitting on each other. Yeah,
I know how funny it would be if like Hachi was like barking out the window and you're like, shut up, and then he was just like, no, and just kept barking out the window because you know how he doesn't stop sometimes, and you're like, shut up, he's just like, Dad, shut the hell up, there's a squirrel outside.
And you got to think of like what translations would be, because like it's annoying when a dog barks, but like what if the bark translates to just like, hey.
Might be worse.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like that might be even worse than a bark.
That probably would be worse because it would actually have some kind of.
I don't know
what
translations are. Yeah, I mean
that's what I'm saying. I think the animal's a risky game in that scenario because you don't know what that could be. What if they're all just dumb bastards and they're all like, You're like, hey, there's a pig over there. Let me go talk to him. He's like, what?
Yeah, they just say like it's like an onomatopoeia. They're just like, cluck. Yeah, it's like Family Guy. Yeah, like,
I'll take the chance. I'm taking the animals.
Yeah, I'm taking the animals. Locked in.
I'll take the animals.
Deal or no deal.
Clean sweep.
All right. Yeah, that's a nice warm up. You got a little guy?
Yeah, sure. I got a little
appetizer.
A quickie. All right, let's see.
Jalapeno bomber.
All right. Would you rather any food you ever eat again can never even be, it's going to be cold. Like you can never eat warm food again. So would you rather everything you eat the rest of your life is going to be cold, or every drink you have for the rest of your life is going to be warm? Like we're talking like above room temperature, like not boiling, not hot, not like coffee, but
like a soda sitting in a like
yeah.
Open, yeah, okay.
Right, but you can eat whatever you want.
I'll eat cold food.
Yeah?
Easy.
So every beer you're going to have is just going to be like piss warm.
No. I said I'd take the cold food. So that doesn't mean I keep the cold drinks.
So you're saying...
You're right, yep.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. I need the cold drinks.
Okay, yeah.
Screw the food.
So you take the cold drinks.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would take the cold drinks and
I'll
never eat a hot
beers.
meal.
Yeah, that's... the beers. Yeah, I think I would take drinks.
I'm a big drink
guy.
I
would want the drinks.
I love
especially
drinks.
Even waking up like so thirsty.
Can
like,
you imagine
oh
just
my
warm
God.
waters?
You just like never be. I feel like I would never be quenched.
I would never
Everything
be
I drink, I'm just like, ugh. It's
like
like
you
nothing's
have a
refreshing.
warm meal.
I wouldn't even drink. Like the beer, like you said, like a warm alcoholic drink.
Dude, I like a lot of food, especially Italian foods. Cold, like leftovers, is actually gas.
That's what I mean.
You can
like
just order a pizza like 2 hours before you want to eat it, and then just
exactly.
Yeah,
honestly, lasagna is way better. Fucking the
nice
next day.
Let it. What's the word I'm looking for? Let it just really
coagulate.
Simmer. Yeah, coagulate. That's the word I was looking for. Let it really coagulate together. Yeah, I would take.
Yeah,
I think honestly, though, to be fair to the scenario, I think the reason I go there is way more because I need the cold drinks than I want the cold food. I need to have like refreshment. I can't just be like every
I think
time
that's
I drink
so
something.
much more satisfying. Yeah, I agree.
I also drink way more than I eat.
That's right. I was about to say the same thing. Like you can.
That's true.
If you don't want to, maybe you want a warm meal, but like you can just eat like a quick like sub in like 10 minutes and then it's over with. And then you can have several cold beers all night.
And bananas and fruit and shit. Like I'm not eating that warm anyway, so I could just eat fruit and shit.
Yeah, that's another good point. Like there's a lot of foods that are never warm.
Exactly.
But there's never really
cold, like you
drink.
said, a nice sandwich, a fucking oh my god.
There's never really. I mean, would that also mean that like a hot drink would become cold?
No, you can still have like warm coffee and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
well, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I would have said a spin was maybe be like the food can never be warm, so like you can never.
That's what I almost asked that, but I didn't want to fuck myself because I thought you'd be like, oh, maybe it's good. I was gonna say like as long as it can be warm as far as cooked and then get cold. If it could never get warm, meaning you could never really eat anything that had to get past a certain temp, that would be a little.
Like if you want a pizza, like it's literally just like the dough uncooked, sauce uncooked, cheese uncooked. Like
but would you be able to eat like damn near anything?
Oh, God.
Like meat? I feel like everything meat is even like cold cuts obviously cooked beforehand.
Just sushi, I guess.
Well, Gage eats raw beef.
Yeah, hamburger.
Raw beef. So
maybe that's why you vomited all over the place. You sick fuck.
That doesn't give me anything. I don't have a problem with that.
Sure.
All right, go.
All right, so we all
Sounds
took
good.
the cold drinks.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Have we had a splitter yet, or is this just fucking across the board?
No,
Another sleepy.
That's all right. This is just a warm up, folks. We're getting into intermediate territories here. Are we gonna take a quick hiatus?
Let's do it.
You want to?
Yeah. All right. We'll shut down shop for a minute. Everybody hang in there.
I'm fucking
You'll be
versatile.
miserable.
I'm versatile. I'm fucking panther.
All right. Well, all right. Do we want to get into brass tacks? Am I the only one who hasn't shared yet? Right.
Yeah, send it.
All right. I guess I'll just bust into one. Like I said, this may go somewhere.
Pause.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. All right. All right. I guess I'll start with this one. Would you rather fight a sword-wielding orangutan or spend 24 hours in the worst slums imaginable?
Do I have a sword?
Nope. So for the orangutan encounter, you're going to be in just like a, basic zoo exhibit, and whatever's in there you can use. So, I mean, what? Sticks, maybe like an old tire or something.
Can you get out, or is it like fenced in?
Nope. It's fight to the death.
Okay.
How long?
Fight to the death.
Oh, fight to the death.
It's just, it's fight to the death.
I think I'm definitely going to the slum.
You are just clothes on your back, and you are like in the middle of like.
Bro, I wouldn't want to go in with an orangutan without a sword. That sounds terrible.
They're really not that big. I mean, well, they're like 190.
Yeah, but
I looked it up. They're only 190 pounds and 4'5".
What?
And 4'5".
Maybe like a baby.
Bro, look it up. I thought that too, and I was
just looked it up and
very
goes, average,
surprised.
750
I was very
pounds.
surprised, unless I'm crazy.
170 pounds, dude.
That's what I
taking
said.
One of these guys. Wait a minute.
That's what I said.
Like,
see, that's what changed my mind.
But
too, 'cause I thought
are
they were like fucking
are they hostile?
silverbacks.
Are they hostile?
Wait a minute.
Yes, they are very agitated.
That's fine, dude. A female is average 82 pounds.
That's what I said. Why did I think they were like fucking
Can I fight a female
huge,
orangutan?
dude?
Nice.
I'll throw one by its legs. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I mean,
you're just like smashing it back and forth
I still feel like are there any?
Okay, but he does have a
bullet
sword,
points?
and he is very fucking pissed off.
So it is a he.
Yes, it's a he, and he's max weight. I'm gonna say 190. So he's a big fucker, and you just kicked its kid in the fucking head, and he's pissed, and he somehow picked up a sword. It's a katana. And he's just like, all of a sudden, he's like,
oh God.
They have some sort of idea what a weapon is.
Wait a minute.
Would you do it?
Well, here, Tommy, hold on a second. Orangutans
They're scary looking.
Incredibly strong, with some estimates suggesting they are 5 to 7 times stronger than humans.
That's what I'm saying.
Particularly in terms of grip strength. Oh, they can
don't let them get a hold of your back.
It's like Travis the Chimp.
No
yeah.
All right.
Oh.
But
that's like
I feel like, to be honest, like I said from the beginning, I'm easily going to to be fair,
you have no phone, you have nothing. You have shorts and a t-shirt on and shoes. And you're placed in like the most slummy community ever. And there's like a mile radius like barrier, but you can't get out. And you just have to stay alive for 24 hours.
Corner for 24 hours.
Yeah, I think I could.
I feel like my fate.
Bullshit my way through that 24.
Yeah, I think my fate with the orangutan is much more violent.
What if he's a docile orangutan? What if he's just like,
Why's he got the
He's just
sword
sitting there,
That's
and then
even worse.
you've
That's
got
even
to,
worse.
you've got to, yeah, you've
Kill
got to
him?
poke him. You know, you've got to like try to kill
I mean,
him.
I'll just break his neck. Okay.
All right, yeah. So he's perfectly fine. You just get dropped right into the enclosure, and you didn't do anything to him. He's just fine. Would you go up to him and try to kill him in that point, or would you go to the 24 hours?
I still do the 24 hour, bro. I think I got enough street smarts being from around New York City my
I feel like
whole
I
life
could
to
just
be able to.
strangle him out, like just sneak up behind him.
Some
and
people
just
that are
fucking
like
yoke
complete
him.
pussies with
So
big
you
cities,
know.
like, what do you want to be around the city?
Yeah,
I've been
true.
there 100,000 times.
Yeah, and then I get fucking absolutely.
I mean, what is it? What is it
mutilated.
called? Like Chicago?
That's what I'm saying. You want to go to Skid
Like,
Row or Detroit?
what is it called? Something
Chirac.
block? Something
Yeah.
block or something like that?
Chirac.
O Block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the fucking
Bang, bang.
most ghetto, like
Yeah.
literally
So
gangs and
you
shit.
just gotta go there.
I'd be like,
But I don't.
ain't no harm.
Well,
And also, if I don't got my phone on me
I
or
don't
nothing,
know.
what do
You
I
got
got?
nothing.
You got nothing to rob me of, bitch. I got a t-shirt and shorts on. Go fuck yourself.
what are they going to do? Yeah,
I
Gage.
just got a gold. I got Keevan's chain on.
Gage, you
Actually,
mentioned
let's
going
add a little
up behind him and strangling him, right?
Yoking him. Yeah.
Well, let's not forget their arms are a little different. I feel like he could just reach behind him and just grab your legs and rip them off the top half of your body. Just while you're strangling, just
Folds him and
Yeah, he
throws
just
him.
goes. He's like, I've been here before, and just
then
calmly reaches
hitting
behind
him
him.
with the legs. Yeah.
Or he just
the
takes you
old
like this and
strangle from behind
He
routine.
just
huh?
throws you.
Yeah, he just smashes me on a tree. Just goes.
It's like the scene of the Avengers where the
Throws me.
Hulk picks up Loki and just
Yeah, that's
smashes him off
exactly
the
what I was
ground.
picturing. Yeah, just-
He's like puny god or whatever he says.
I'm taking the slums.
Yeah, I'm taking the slums too.
wow. Okay.
I think worse than a slum would be like
I think I do this.
Afghanistan
Okay.
or some shit.
How about we? Okay. How about you do throw on Keevan's chains and all of his bling, and then you're placed into the slums. Does that change
I
your
don't
Can I
care
just-
about that. It's Keevan's.
Can I just give it?
Yeah.
No.
Take it.
If
Not
they
mine.
take it, if they take the jewelry, then you're
Oh, I'm
placed
dead
into
then.
the orangutan.
Oh,
Oh hell no! I got both.
no way. Well, that's okay because then that's fine. I'll still do the slums. It might be a little fun if I have to go into the
I know it
orangutan.
kind of sounds like fucking what was it like Manhunt or the game back in the day where you'd like just
Honestly,
extreme.
like if I just got in like a big scuffle where they took my chains and everything, I'd be like, all right, you know what? Fuck this orangutan. I'm ready to go. Like I just
yeah, honestly, I probably would be pumped up. Yeah, I'd rather be like, you know what?
Yeah, but what if they, like,
he
pistol
would
whip
just
you?
kill me anyways.
What if
so-
they pistol whip you in the eye and then you get dropped in?
Yeah,
You're
then
like,
they
damn, now I'm at a disadvantage. I'm
fucking-
low HP.
Yeah, but he's docile.
I don't got
Gage.
any stims.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
docile now.
Yeah, but you got to kill him.
So like you're hitting him and
He
he's
took
like,
a half a bar.
Yeah, but you got to kill him.
Yeah.
So even if he's docile, you still got to kill the bastard. He said
Yeah,
to the
and
death.
with whatever you can find too. I mean, I'm sure there's.
It's not like you can just
They
sit
can't
there in a
put
corner
many
for 24
things
hours. You got to
in
fuck
there.
that guy up.
I would just put my thumbs in his eyes.
well, I mean, I guess then I'll just start with the orangutan because there's no way I'm going to keep those chains for 24 hours. I mean, right? So I'm going to end up there anyways, I guess.
But I
just-
can hide, right? In
gonna
the
end
slums.
up-
I can hide in like an alleyway.
Yeah,
or
you can
something.
prison wallet, put it up your ass too.
No, I
and
mean
just
hide
your-
myself. I can just hide up against a dumpster or something, act like a homeless guy for
Yeah,
24 hours.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'll do
can
that
hide it.
still. I'll just throw mud all over my balls and shit, making me like a homeless guy. And
Yeah,
be
I'll
like,
piss on myself.
Yeah, that's definitely the telltale sign. You know,
yeah, or just,
I'm
or
always
just
wondering when I was in New York City. I was like, "Who's homeless?" Oh, mud balls. That's who it is.
Shit. Yeah,
No, I knew it.
it's a telltale
Mud
sign.
on
You don't
my
want to go near
balls.
that guy. That
No,
guy's
no, but-
fearless. That
This
guy's
is fucking
fearless.
Oswego gang.
I'd still
You
do the
fucking
slums. I think I
shit
could
in a
make it out.
target bag. You
Now,
ain't
do
one
they
of
have
the
to
cool
take all
kids.
my chains? How about this? Can I double down on scenarios and I already have the ability to speak to animals when I go into the orangutan exhibit? It's like a reason with the guy.
So
Listen,
you can
pal,
be
I
You
gotta
still
kill
have
you.
to kill him.
Diplomatic?
Yeah, I got.
You're
No.
gonna.
Yeah, what are you gonna be like? Listen, buddy, let's play
So
a
I just
game
said,
of cards.
listen, pal.
I'm doing a would
yeah.
you rather. Is it all right if I kill you? I mean, what are you going to tell him?
Yeah. No, I would.
you-
I would
you
just
like-
distract him.
Honestly, that's even more disrespectful. So, where you're gonna like befriend him and be like, "Bro, it's all good, bro." Like,
Yeah, this is what I
let's
would
just
do.
chill
Ready?
and-
Ready
Make
for
sure
this?
your children
Ready for
can
this
just
200?
shake
Ready for this
education.
200 IQ play? I go up to him and be like, "Hey, what's up, pal? It's a nice sword you got there. Can I hold it for a second?" And then he goes,
Yeah,
"Yeah."
sure, Tommy.
And then I just go, and I just stab him in the heart.
Hey,
Not
And then I
like
look
you
over him
or
and like,
anything.
you know,
he is
Tommy
on half his
goes up in a
Xanax.
Knicks jersey. Hey, can I borrow your sword, orangutan?
Yeah, it's like,
Who are you?
well, it is kind of orange though. All right.
I don't think he'd be that upset. He'd probably let me wield it.
Yeah, he'd
All
understand.
right. I think
Yeah.
I'd probably do the slums too.
I
I
do the
think.
slums. Yeah.
All right.
I'm making
all
it
right.
out of there.
All right. Wow. No splitters today. Okay. Well, that's okay.
Wait. I said I'd start with the orangutan because you're going to end up there anyways.
Oh.
You're not getting
okay.
those
2 to 1.
chains. Someone's getting
That's
those
what I'm
chains.
saying. The chains. All right. All right.
In
Split
24
it. All right. Well, anybody, if you want to take the reins here. Is this a stinker? Is this a leg?
I got 3 left, but 1 is my finale.
Oh, wow, you got
so
3 left. Excellent.
But
okay.
these 2 I'm going to do now, if one, I don't really know how both of them are going to fly, so we'll see if I might just back to back them, depending on the feedback from the crowd. We surveyed 100 people.
On the feedback.
This is one I did myself. I'll do this one first. It's always funky when you got to do dollar figure ones because it's like, where do I mean this dollar figure?
It's hard. It's hard to really.
Because I feel like it's so relative.
Formulate
Money is so relative to people. Like if you're broke as a bitch, then $50K sounds like a lot. But if you're like in a stable place, it's still a lot. Correct. But like, you may not roll the dice as much. You know,
desperate dice.
So I said for 250,000, would you for an entire month sleep? You have to sleep in your bedroom, and that entire month, the world's largest tarantula is just alive in your room, coexisting with you.
I already fucking hate this. I already hate it. Whatever the next option is, I'm taking
a month.
No, that's it for
the 250K.
Oh
for
yeah,
a month,
I'm so fucking stupid.
A month
for a month. I mean, he may do nothing.
So you're talking like a Goliath,
but you got to sleep.
Spider.
So you got no. It's just a tarantula, but just whatever the biggest one
is. That thing's 14 inches.
Is it poisonous or just it hurts?
It's just I don't know. Or tarantula's poison. I didn't think so. People have them as pets. I wouldn't think so.
They don't get bit by them, do they?
I mean, they hold them and shit.
I mean, they do.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be playing a dangerous game if you're like, hey, Mom, look at my pet. Look at the tarantula. He's just holding him and shit. He's like, he can kill you.
The Goliath bird eater gets up to 6.2 ounces. Yeah, dude, it eats birds.
As a baby.
Yes. It's got
it's a newborn
11 inches. Dude, you could hear that thing breathe probably in the corner.
How about the largest domestic tarantula?
For 250, no, that sounds like too much of it.
I don't even think I'd be able to sleep, to be honest. I think I'd go insane with insomnia.
That's the piece I thought would like fuck with people. Is that like, could you really get rest in that month, knowing that
how much time do I have to spend in the room? I mean, can I just like sleep for a couple hours once every 3 days and take the chance?
Sure.
Or
I mean, your life is going to be miserable.
And anytime I have to sleep, I have to sleep in there. Obviously, right?
Yeah, you have to walk in and he's just sitting on the bed. You have to like
he's sitting in the
smoking a bogue.
He's like he's sitting in the cuck chair in the corner. He's like
he's just like rubbing his junk. Yeah, he's like take a seat.
Back again, huh?
No, he's like rubbing like a 9 mil. Yeah. He's like take a seat.
All right. Well, when I first wrote this one, I originally had it for a week. Would that change your guys' opinion?
Oh
yes, for sure, yeah.
So you would do. That's how I originally had it. But I thought it was too easy if it was a week.
A month?
It is. I could do.
It is. I know. It's kind of. I think.
Well, because I just feel like a week. You could chalk the shit out of your sleep schedule for a week and bounce back.
You know what? I think I would do a month. I think I would do the month.
You would do the month. I think 250 grand.
I think because I think my strategy I would just overcome my fucking fear and like hopefully like maybe just befriend it or like, you know, just like be like, yo, like mutual respect, you know, and maybe I get that animal power and I can talk to the animals and be like, bro, like let's chill. And he's like,
no, you can't talk to him in this scenario.
What if I'm like
fucking bird in here? Let me eat this bird, bro.
Gage, what if on like the 10th day, like you wake up in the middle of the night and he's just like on your chest like a cat and you have to, you know, you shoo him away and then you're like,
now he's pissed.
Now he's going to be pissed the rest of the time. I don't know. You know?
He's like, he holds grudges, dude.
He's just in the corner when you're trying to sleep and he's just in the corner, like kind of waiting.
A fucking jackknife. He's like,
or like when you just come back into your room and like you're sleeping. What about this one though too? Is like you keep saying like you go in your room, he's in the corner. How about you go in your room to sleep and you don't know where he is?
That's what I don't.
In there somewhere.
Yeah.
and you don't know.
He's big enough. He's big enough. You know what I'll do? I'll just put just the fucking bed in the room, and then that way, I'll just put a mattress on the ground. I know exactly where he is. Then I'll know exactly where he is. You know, just a mattress. And I know where he is at all given time. And I'll just sleep with a fucking fluorescent light on. Actually, but then I'm not going to sleep, and then I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
Well, for a week,
I didn't think about my answer.
No, for me,
I would
2 weeks. You got a deal.
A week, I would definitely do it.
Yes, 2 weeks.
A week, I would definitely do it. To my initial, like I said, the original one I had. See, the problem with me is, like I said, I sleep so well, but I'm not one to sleep. Like, I was never one to be like, oh yeah, I went to class today and slept for an hour, or on a plane. I don't really sleep. Like, I can't sleep if I can't put my mind to rest, which I do very easily. But if I was sitting in a scenario where
that's why I don't think I could do it.
I don't know if I'd be able to do it either. I think I would actually be out on it. I don't think I would do it.
I'd give it a try for the money. I'd give it a try.
Well, see, and that's the thing is, like, if there's no, consequence, I probably would give it a try.
What if I'm imagining
I need a consequence.
Several times.
Yeah, well, I mean, what if it was just if it reversed on you? If you try and you fail, you pay to it.
Oh, well, then no.
Yeah, then I'm declining.
Or what if it was just like a $5,000?
You got to eat the tarantula. You got to eat it if you don't succeed. You got to eat it.
I think I'd rather pay the $5
raw. Like,
yeah, I'd rather pay the
catch
$5,000
it out of your fucking room and then just.
Well, thanks for the offer. No, not
all right. So final scenario: 2 weeks, $250,000.
2 weeks,
you don't have to
$250,000.
pay anything to get in.
And there's no loss.
If how about this? Every day that you go into the scenario, call it 30 days is the month. Every day that you go and you into the scenario, you pay $250 if you fail. So like every 4 days is $1,000.
Well, there is one thing I'm surprised we didn't ask. Can you kill it?
No.
Okay, I assume that's
of course not.
Yeah, somehow
you just walk in day one, you just go.
Yeah. You just walk in like fucking no, it's actually literally like the Family Guy where he's like, I have a pet tarantula, and they just literally spin the revolver and shoot him in the head.
Yeah, the fucking Home Alone.
The Home Alone,
yeah, like, dude, that is one of my favorite
with two
skits.
Competent robbers. Yeah, and they like
he's
show
like,
up.
hey, you idiots. He's like, I got the house, whatever. And he's like, and I got, because was it like what would actually happen if Home Alone happened in real life?
Two competent robbers in Home Alone. Yeah, and they're like, you want to get the jewelry upstairs and I'll hit the basement? It's like, sounds good.
That was great, bro. That is so true, though.
Classic.
Like, what kind of 8-year-old kid is fending off two fucking wanted men?
Yeah,
they literally were on the most wanted list type shit when they were in those movies.
I think I'd do it for 2 weeks.
You would do it? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I would give
2
it
weeks. 2 weeks every day you try. If you go 7 days in and quit, you owe 7 times 250. So was that $1,750? $1,750. So you pay $250.
I think I would drink myself into a fucking stupor.
I would do it too.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I would just get cryptically
every
fucked.
Yeah, but then when he's mutilating you at night, you don't even know.
That's okay. That's okay.
He's just
That's
raping
what
you.
I'm saying. I don't care. If I wake up with a fucking like abscess on my neck, I don't.
He's just like sodomizing you, and you're
that's all right.
He's taking one of his pipe cleaner fucking legs.
Dick hole. He's like,
yeah, he's a sick motherfucker. This tarantula dude.
He's like possessed by like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or some shit.
Sick fuck. All right, well, I would do it for 2 weeks too.
2 weeks, yeah.
A month, I think I'm out. A month, I think I'm clean out. I'm out. I ain't doing it a month, but I would do 2 weeks.
Yeah, a month. Yeah, I agree. All right,
cool. I would just ignore him with all my heart as much as I could.
Just like he also talks shit. He's like, "Hey, pussy, are you sleeping tonight, huh?"
Yeah, before you're like about to fall asleep, you're on like your last breath before you doze off. He's like,
say a word.
He's
like singing like lullabies. Yeah.
He's like talking shit. You're like watching the Bills. He's like, fucking loser team. Pussies. You're like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, shit old team. Somehow he knows sports.
Yeah. He's like, why don't you work out?
I bet on those pieces of shit too.
Yeah.
I bet on those pussies.
Got the over. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like locked in. Yeah. He's sweating out his bed. He's like, fuck. damn it. He's like, I'm going to fuck you up tonight, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Your bills lost me my money.
He's an addict.
Yeah, he's
for
like,
sure.
yeah. You just wake up to like cigarette ash on your forehead. He's like smoking. He's like, fuck, I lost. He's like, shit.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God.
So, who's next?
Okay. Yeah, who's next?
Gage, how many do you have?
Yeah,
I have one more, which may get some, like I said, I don't know. It might have legs.
All right,
to
so
it.
Drew could go there because Drew said he had for you.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Mm.
All right, this one should be quick. I think it should be relatively simple. So, would you rather you wake up in your bedroom and it's full of, full of killer bees? All right, I mean, we're talking like on your, on the blanket, on the windows.
Are they already fucking me up?
Not quite yet, no. But you have to decide.
Okay, so they're docile again. They're calm.
They're there. You're sleeping, so they're just kind of like on you. They're not stinging you yet. I mean, you're going to piss them off as soon as you wake up. You have to make it up. You have to make it all the way out of your house from your bedroom. All right. So the house is full of killer bees. All right. So they're on the floor, the walls, all over the.
What the fuck is actually a killer bee? Like, am I going to die?
You're going to die. You're going to die.
They'll kill you.
Both of these scenarios, you're going to die. Both these scenarios, you're going to die.
Just know that it's going to be
would
bad.
you rather? Yeah. So that's option one. You're going to get stung by a million killer bees trying to make it out of your house, and you're going to die. Or you get booted off a cruise ship, and you have to swim 100 yards in shark-infested waters.
Killer bees. Thank you so much.
Wow, really?
Dude, I don't fuck with water, bro. I don't fuck with oceans and big bodies of water.
But that's when you quicker, isn't it? The bees.
I guess.
See, when you said the 100-yard shark infested, I was like, okay, maybe. But because I thought you were going to say, like, if I was in the middle, like I couldn't see land and I just had a life preserver.
Dude, no, me too. I was still going to pick the bees. I was still going to pick the bee. I thought you were going to say, before you even said shark infested, I thought you were just going to leave it at, you get kicked off a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. I'd still pick the bees without a shadow of a doubt. I am not getting dropped in the middle of the ocean by myself.
I mean, 100 yards, if I can see the land.
That actually, I guess, is worse than the shark infested
waters. Infested waters, Gage. Do you ever remember when you were a kid and you'd like get out of the pool and pretend Jaws was behind you? Imagine like there's actually a shark right next to you and you're trying to like keep it together. These huge waves. It's not just like a pool.
That's true.
Like 100
that's
yards.
true.
Can I talk to animals?
That is like the feeling of like running up your like basement steps and you think like something's like going to touch you.
Yeah,
like,
honestly, bro,
because you don't know what's in the ocean. Oh, fuck.
Is it not the funniest thing that the first scenario I gave literally almost comes into play in every scenario we've done since? Like, I was like, imagine I could talk to this. Can I talk to the tarantula? Can I talk to the shark? Can I talk to the orangutan? Maybe that is the answer that we should. Good thing we all picked talk to animals because we'd be bad motherfucker. I'd be like, yo, please. I'm just trying to get.
Be like, look,
trying to get to
I'll
shore.
Get back. I'll head to the fucking meat market. I'll throw you a couple chickens.
I'll throw some steaks out.
Relax. All right.
Relax.
Deal.
Yeah, I'd pick in the bees. It's not even remotely close. That's also just because I'm deathly afraid of like big bodies of water getting dropped in them. I'm good on that.
Okay. All right.
See, in the house matters. You know, I need layout. Am I up? Do I have to go down steps? Because like
your house. I mean, you're going to be stepping over killer bees.
Can I jump out the window
to get to the front yard? To get to the front door.
How many bees we talking?
As like full of bees. I mean, the house was full of bees. I don't know.
If it was bees and I was in like a hotel on like the 14th floor and I had to run down all the steps.
No, it's not that. It's your house. Yeah. It's your house.
No, I know.
It's a quick trip, but still, I mean, just think the second you wake up, you're gonna. And you try to move, they're going to start like getting louder and start buzzing, and then you're going to have to step on a few. And
man, squash those bitches.
I'm
doing the bees.
I think I'm doing the bees too. I'm just going to stand and just like Iron Man out. I'm just going to like.
I mean, I feel like if when this scenario happened, I knew the one that, which I feel like you should always. I knew the one that I turned down. I'd run through that house without a single fucking shadow of it because I'd be like. Better than getting dropped in the fucking water with sharks. I'd run through that motherfucker like
I'd probably
Usain
drown too, honestly. I'd probably drown before a shark even got me.
I'd probably have a fucking heart attack.
If it was like an intense, that's what I'm saying. If it's an intense ocean, 100 yards, I don't even know. I can't even run 100 yards, let alone swim in an ocean.
Can I get fucked up on that cruise ship too before I get booted off?
That's going to definitely make it worse, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're gonna get a little confused and disoriented and probably die.
Yeah, but at least I don't know what's going on when the shark fucking puts his fin up my ass. You know?
I think
that's how they kill people.
That's what you hope for. Yeah,
I think that's how they kill people.
Yeah.
All right. Is that the first splitter?
No, you chose. You split one of Gage's.
Are you doing sharks?
What was the one you chose?
No.
You went by. This is the second time then you've been by yourself though. You've been the one.
All right.
I'm the one.
Want me just to send this other one right now? While
Yeah, if you're fucking feeling loose.
Okay. All right. So, would you rather? You can never alter your brain with anything ever again. You can never get high. You can never get drunk.
Second option, I'm dead.
Gage, you might want to hear the second option because it's. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Second option, or you can never orgasm again. Which one?
Holy shit!
Actually, that one is awful. Wow.
Yeah. Which one?
Yo, dead ass though, like no bullshit. If you were literally a grown adult man and you could not jerk off, have sex, ejaculate in any way, shape, or form, would
I'm
you
shooting
have
up a
like
school.
health things that would like start like damaging you? Like if you went 55 years without
you
even
lose
think
your
your
mind.
like pipes are gunked up?
Let me
yeah,
add a
would you
wrinkle.
like actually have like health? Like that sounds like unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Let me add a quick wrinkle.
You said, "Let me go regal," and you said first. You were making like a mask.
How about you wear a masquerade mask?
So you can never alter your brain, but you also have a slight craving for something at the same time. So you have to live with that. You're always kind of like, man, I would love a beer, man. I'd love it. Zen would really hit the spot, something like that. So you'd have to live with that.
I think either way, I would probably go fucking nuts, dude. This is awful. I don't know. Oh, okay. So
I mean, it's so crazy to think about the orgasm one because like nobody that at least I'm aware of that we're friends with has ever endured such a thing. Like who the fuck has ever gone more than like a week?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, letting loose in any way, shape, or form.
That's what I mean.
Like, what the fuck would that like feel
that's
like?
That's going to turn into a mass murderer. Is what it's going to turn into. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think I'd have to choose the no drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I'd have to by default.
Yeah, you're right.
By default, even though I would definitely commit some awful acts if I could not fucking get the demons out. You know what I mean? Like, God,
yeah,
that's a good one though.
I feel that.
That is a good one. Yeah, that's a
default
stinker pot.
It's a default answer that you have to. It's almost like the other one is so terrible that I have to choose that one. Yeah. But they're both absolutely horrifically terrible.
One you got to entertain, but yeah, exactly.
That would be so shitty. Could you imagine you just drink water all day and just that's it? You can't even like run or something.
I'd probably.
Can I drink like Mountain Dew and shit?
Can I drink like energy drinks?
Yeah, but you won't get a sugar rush at all. You won't get anything out of it.
Can I drink energy drinks and just at least get like turnt?
Nope. Coffee won't do anything to you. Nothing will wake you up. You can't take allergy medicine. That won't help you at all. You can't take.
Actually, that might be
so
scary.
Is this just strictly about
scary?
Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe we're going too far. You have cancer now. Can't get chemo. Sorry.
Yeah, it's altering.
Oh, you need you.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be the no.
Yeah, there's no way that. Yeah, if my knuckles can't get painted, I don't know about
it. Yeah, GG's.
Okay, all right.
Correct. All right. Fair enough.
You said you have one left.
I have one left.
I have two, so I can do my like medium one if we all have
like
one.
I said,
like, big
it
one
might
left.
get some traction.
I have a big thinker. I have one more thinker.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so
take one more.
I've got one left. You've got how many? You want to take a break now?
I have two, but the one I'm going to start with is I think the only one out of us three that we have left. It's like a middle line, like just.
Well, you start one.
But I have one that I think is my like best, so I think we all have kind of that one left. I just have like a straggler.
So we all have a big banger, and you have one six-shooter.
One. Yeah.
All right. And we are back.
All right. So The one that I have that I think is my better one that I'm going to save is one that I built from scratch. The one that I have that I think is mid tier is one that I got kind of inspiration from, like just searching random shit. I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Then I got some like devil's advocate. I feel like when I thought about it.
Okay.
It says, would you rather get stranded on a deserted island for 5 years, or be completely in a comatose for 10?
Ooh.
So double the time. One feels like a minute to you, but you literally evaporate 10 years away from your life. Or one is half the amount of years, but you got to go through like the day-to-day of being stranded on an island.
I think leaning towards the island because at least I like gain experience and like live life still, you know, like in a coma. I couldn't, dude. I remember when I went under for like surgery. That's what I'm saying. I went under for surgery and I literally remember like waking up after it and thinking it was a time warp. And it was like
I've never
14 hours.
I've never been
10 years. I probably wouldn't even be able to like, dude, I don't know. But then how do you adjust after being on a fucking
but see the flip side,
5 years?
Yeah, also your entire like social clock would be fucked if you were on an island for 5 years.
That's a whole presidency.
But also the island, you theoretically like you live life for 5 years. You could get eaten by some shit and die. In a coma, at least you're like you're guaranteed to wake up after 10 years. So like you're not going to die.
Okay, true. Ooh.
So like
am I going to be who's in medical debt for my bills for those 10 years?
They're medical debts.
Those.
Okay.
So not a part of
the that's a good point. So then like on the 5 years, it's just whatever survival skills I've got up my sleeve, basically. Ooh, that's a good
And we're talking Tom Hanks. Like you're not gonna like run into some like random like Native American or anything. Like you're literally
do I get a FedEx airplane that coincidentally sends some supplies to my fucking
it's like
remember how like
Survivor.
Shit washed up on shore?
It's like, well, I mean, yeah, you could get lucky in that regard, but I doubt it. Like a cargo ship drops a box.
So we're just going basic, like, no. That's not it. Okay.
At the 5 year mark, what happens? Does a helicopter come grab you?
Yeah, how do you get rescued?
True.
Okay.
I guess you can choose. You want to get picked up by a helicopter, a boat, what does it matter?
All right. Well, I know my answer immediately.
Oh, immediately?
What are you gonna pick?
Yeah, I don't even really have to think about it.
Ooh,
what is it and why?
Okay. Yeah.
The island for sure, and mainly because what Gage said. I mean, you get like, I feel like the island would be good for me for 5 years. I'd come out of it like in better shape. I wouldn't be addicted to my phone anymore. I'd be like,
but connected. You could die.
Yeah, but you'd figure it out. I think.
See, I agree. I think the one like the not the decision. I'm saying more so like when I play both sides and I'm trying to think like of the benefits of each, or the better pieces of each. Is I do think that like that would be like you'd end up coming out like some kind of fucking just jungle mutant, like probably do pull-ups on trees and shit all day. Like, what else you gonna do,
bro?
I would do push-ups and pull-ups every
shit.
fucking day of my life and just come out looking like
I'll be doing
fucking
speeches
psychopath.
at fucking
the only thing though I think that like is legitimate in that scenario is that I think that no matter who you think you are going to be mentally fucked living by yourself without human interaction for 5 years. At least for a good year or two, when you come back, a full year, 365 days or two, you're not gonna be able to just get dropped back into America and be like, oh, what's going on? Let me just go to the gas. Like you're gonna be fucked. There's gonna be pieces to your mental health that's chalked.
Well, you're acting like as soon as you wake up from the coma, you're just yourself again, and you're just like, okay, that was 10 years gone by.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like mentally you'd be. I mean, I'm not saying like physically, like maybe if the reason you were in the coma was brain damage, then yeah, maybe you'd have some like recovery. But I'm saying as far as like your mental and cultural time clock wouldn't be fucked up because to you it felt like one day.
I mean, okay, think about 10 years ago.
So withered and like
physically. But I mean, how long
you'd have to go through? You'd have to learn how to walk again and stuff. I mean, nah.
Yeah, that too.
The island kind of sounds fun, to be honest.
I know. I was gonna say it kind of sounds nice to not talk to people for like 5 years.
Kind of sucks. It's a little long, but I'd still take that.
You know what? You still gotta fend for your own supplies. You gotta build a house. You gotta.
I think I could muster it. Yeah, figure it out.
Where you get
You
The
figure
fish.
it out,
What do you
baby.
mean,
Yeah,
fish?
fish.
You just make a spear and you
Tom
fish. And
Hanks
you just
did it. You know,
Spear? What are
hang
you,
out by the
fucking
beach.
absolute psychopath? You're gonna
dude,
spear
you'd
a
be
fish?
surprised
You don't
on
realize-
how fucking resilient humans are, bro.
All you do when you're there is figure out how
Exactly.
to survive. You're not
Exactly.
like distracted by
Yeah,
other
you're not
things.
like,
The
shit, do I
only
gotta
thing you have to
repost
do-
the Buckle In pod?
Yeah. The only thing you have to do is make a spear.
Yeah,
That's the only thing
Drew
you have
joins the
time to
pod
do.
from the island. He's
Yeah.
like, "What's up, fellas?" It's like,
Yeah,
how are you still
he
stuck
like
there?
calls
If you can
in,
get
he's
on a
like,
video
yo,
call?
I got the link.
He's like, no, I've actually
yeah,
enjoyed
like,
it out
every
here.
2
I don't
weeks,
really
like,
want to
yo,
get
Drew.
found for a
Yeah,
bit.
he's like, it's not too bad.
Amazon
I'm
has
catching
same-day
fish.
shipping here.
Yeah,
I think
the
2
drone
days.
gets out here.
I would. I do think there's very good arguments for both. To be honest,
There is.
I think
I
think that.
I think I'm taking.
What would you do?
I just couldn't imagine also thinking that 10 years of my life is virtually erased.
Yeah, just-
You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, like, yeah, it was like probably the 5 years were very shitty, but at least it was an experience. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And
10
it's only
years,
5
that's
years.
like
That's
a
only 5
fucking
years.
like
It's
20%
half
of
the
your
time,
life. Yeah, exactly.
And it's a
only
way
5
shittier
years.
experience as far as what you actually have to live through. Because at Coma,
think
you
I'm
don't
doing the
really do
island.
anything, but it's double
Yeah.
the time that you just lost. And think about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
dude, no.
what's the average lifespan?
I would
like
literally
78
probably
years
throw up.
or 80 years?
That's
or
what I'm saying, right?
So you just
80
lost
years.
an
Oh,
eighth
yeah.
of your life.
Men,
Boom.
yeah, men are
Gone.
like 76, I think.
Yeah,
If
okay,
that,
so
that's
it's
probably
like call it an eighth, give or take, eighth of your life. Boom, see ya. What it? First of all, just to answer the initial, I would do the island as well, and I'll even throw another caveat just because I'm a sick bastard. This is how my mind works. I also think that if I survive that 5 years, I'll end up being able to write books and be on talk shows, and I'll be.
That's
a fucking
exactly what I
millionaire.
just said.
Oh, did you?
I
didn't
said
hear
that. Monetize that. Yeah, I
Oh,
said
yeah.
it a couple minutes ago. Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm going to get back and I'm going to go fucking on a college tour, bro. I'm going to go fucking talk at corporate events. I'm going to fucking write
That's if you
books.
survive.
Done. I mean, me and
But-
well, you could
I
write
mean,
a
I think
book
it's a
about
good.
a coma.
I think it's a
though.
good benefit and a good motivator to get through. Because I'm not even trolling, bro.
Yeah.
In this generation of being 2025, I would be thinking that shit while I was in it, low key. Like not like day one. Like, oh my god, I'm fucked now. I'm like, oh, I just got to make it 5
Yeah,
years.
once I'm
But, like
in-
once I'm like 3 years in,
Sustainable.
and
Yeah.
I know that I'm
Like,
getting
you know
picked
what?
up
I'm
at
getting
the
out of
5 year
this.
mark, I'm like,
Yeah, see, okay. Yeah, so do I know like that I'm placed, like once I'm placed day one, somebody goes, in 5 years, if you live,
yes,
you will be picked up. So I know. It's not like I'm like guessing. Okay.
Oh,
Then yeah, 100%.
You'd have to count the days, I suppose. But yeah, I
True.
would just approach Jeff Probst after everything. I'd be like, hey, look, why don't you retire? I'm going to take Survivor over for the next 10 years. And then we'll be
You want
fine.
that Survivor?
You even
Look at me, motherfucker. You're like some like
Get in the
Patches
nitty-gritty.
O'Houlihan,
Yeah.
like fucked
you want
up
to see
old
the
bastard.
island I lived on,
Well,
Bill?
you get
Come on.
addicted to it. You're like, I need to go on another island.
Yeah, you're
another
just like
5
you're just
minutes.
like you're the host, but you're also like just doing the challenges with them. You're like, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just a sick fuck.
What if? Do you think it would change at all if you were able to choose the 10 years at which you lost? So, like, what if you could choose it being from like age, and it can't be pre 10 years old. You can't do from like 5. It has to be 10 or older. But like, what if you were able to do like 10 to 20?
Then yeah, because I would just
What?
80 and above.
Yeah,
Erase
I would
it.
just do it when I'm really
Yeah.
old.
No. You can't do it in years where you might
See,
like
if
die.
it was right now,
All right,
if it was
10?
right now.
10 to 60, you could do it. So
I
any
would-
decade
I would
within
get-
that.
I would get my child to a reasonable age, something like 16 or so, and then I'd say, all right, 10
Responsible?
years time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Once
would
they're in
do.
college, yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'll see you in
But
5
you-
years.
So, but you
right?
do think that like being able to choose the age range would make a difference and potentially make you pick the call?
No. The
All right, so
island
you-
still, no matter what. The island sounds fun, dude. I'm in for the
I
island.
know. I'm on island.
What if the
time,
island's an absolute dog shit piece of crap island?
Island boy.
Well, yeah, the
Child.
island boys there. Because
Yeah.
then I'm taking the coma.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather a deserted island.
I would literally, if I was on a deserted island, and they were like 5 years, you got to live here. And then I literally saw the island boys in the woods.
Island
I
boy.
would literally swim out into the rip current and
And
let
just
the
inhale
fucking
water?
current take me.
They're
Yeah.
just trying to make it, though.
Oh my god! Didn't they like make
Trying
out?
to
Yeah.
make it.
They literally made out. Huh?
Yeah,
Aren't they
that's sick.
brothers?
You can make out with
Uh-huh.
them on the island.
Who? Oh,
It's supposed to be a benefit. Yeah, the Island Boys, we can make out.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You guys can just
Why did you
three-way
say
with
so?
two weird
Not
brothers.
at all, boy.
Yeah.
I'll do 10 years on that.
That was the one I thought it was pretty interesting.
No, that was a good one. I enjoyed that.
I think the biggest piece about it is the time for a lot of people. Would you rather do something shitty? It's a lot of the scenarios we do. Like, would you rather do something shittier for less amount of time, or would you rather do something theoretically not as bad, but it's twice as long?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I wonder actually what the average time of recovery is for a coma patient of like several years. Not mentally, but physically.
Let's see.
Like, how long does it take him to like get back up and just move like a normal person?
Too long for me to find out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because then there's another 2 years of rehabilitation.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is it 2 years? What if it's 3 months? I don't fucking know.
Still, the people that were around you 10 years ago are going to be.
I just Googled average recovery time of coma patient after 10 years, and it says after being in a coma for 10 years, the likelihood of a person fully recovering is very low. So
yeah, rip. I'm hitting the island.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We just eating like grapes.
Then
stuff. I don't
who
know,
knows? Like, right?
Yeah.
Do I guarantee a full recovery after the 10-year coma, or is it like nature takes its course?
I guess like full as
I could recover, or could I be a fucking veggie?
Yeah,
still,
no. I think you definitely recover, but I'm saying like to what extent? I think some people would have precursors in their life to bounce back quick
and shit.
No, I think in this scenario, I think you definitely you're a normal human. Now, can some people recover and run, and some people recover and only be able to walk because they're like leg?
So it might have a cane.
It might be a difference of a level. You know,
I'm still doing.
Yeah, want to know another mindfuck part though of the coma is what about if you were in the coma for 10 years and your wife was like with someone else?
Same thing with the island, baby. That was fucking Tom Hanks' problem. He got back and his fucking wife.
That would be a mindfuck, bro.
Fuck this guy, bro.
I mean, it's got to be it's got to get to a point where it becomes reasonable almost to like, especially if you're lost.
If I'm missing or dead for a year, I hope Paige takes. Go ahead, do what you want.
Yeah, you know,
after a year, you're going to be able to pick up another chick. You're going to be famous for the guy that came back.
Yeah, but I'm saying like still the mind fuck for you, like especially the coma, because to you it was only like a day or whatever. You know, it was quick, and then you just wake up and you're like, "What year is it?" It's like 10 years. You're like, "What the hell?" Then you like call your wife and she's like fully married and has a kid with some other guy. Like
I would
the mental warfare that would be going on. Granted, like
would be
you could do some other shit, but it would still fuck you.
I'm still doing the island.
I'm doing the island too.
All right.
Fuck that one.
Fair. All right. Fair.
Brain teaser.
Okay. So each of us have a humdinger left.
I don't think mine's as bolsterous as that,
well,
but
I guess I'll try mine here. All right. All right. This one we might have to like kind of work some kinks out, but we'll see how it goes. Would you rather? And I did some research on this because I wanted to know, how many times people do certain things a day, Would you rather and take this with a grain of salt. We're probably going to debate this. Every 10 laughs, okay, a day or whatever. As soon as you reach every 10 laughs, a toddler throws a wooden block at your head, okay? Or every time you yawn, a bird smatters shit anywhere from your shoulders up. Okay. Okay. And so here's the caveats here. Okay. So no one sees the toddler or the block get thrown. Okay. So say, you're in like public, but they will see your reaction. So like, it's going to hurt and you're probably gonna be like, fuck. And people are gonna be like, what the hell? But with the bird, people see and smell the shit, but they don't see the bird. So like you could be on an airplane and yawn and all of a sudden there's just a bird dump on your forehead and it smells like hell and people are like, what the fuck? Okay. So let me know your thoughts.
Define a laugh for me.
Is like, can I hold it
See,
in?
that's what it was tough because I Googled like, what's the average laugh,
Yeah, but if you go like,
and people were like,
is that a laugh?
That's it's to me.
Do I have to be like?
I'm considering a laugh like like a couple
yucks.
like Yeah, a couple of yucks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. And the way I'm thinking is like, some days you really won't laugh much, but like today, I probably would have gotten a block thrown at my head like 5 goddamn times.
Yeah,
just
I'm
doing
taking
this
the bird
podcast.
dump.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
well.
All right, let me
see.
ask one question. I think I'm still going the bird dump almost regardless, but how heavy and what does this block look like? Is it like a hollow plastic block, or is it like a wooden?
It's the typical
like the prototypical
wooden
ABC
block.
blocks that you see in movies.
It's like
and shit?
the ABC block. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like a 1x1 inch, but it's
What kind of arms
and it's a
does this kid got?
toddler. Like,
It's a different toddler each time.
Nope, it's the same toddler
just a little
every time,
prick?
and you can only see him. And he just appears.
Can I kill him?
And like, you may not even know when the 10 laughs are up, and then all of a sudden, he just goes, he laughs like a punk fuck, and he whips it right in his fucking head, and then he laughs again and disappears. No,
I can't kill him. Fuck.
No, he just disappears and reappears.
Every my time. Side is because my art's never. I think
correct.
So my initial gut, like I said, why I would go with the bird shit. The consequence I think is worse. Like just taking a little block to the head, it seems better than getting shit on and smelling like dump. But I wouldn't want to live a life where I felt like I could not laugh. It's like who I am. It's like make people laugh and have a good. That's a miserable life.
But how many times do you yawn a day, dude? If you yawn 15 times a day, that's 15
There's no
bird
way I yawn
dumps
15
on your
times
head.
a day.
Bro, I Googled it. It said it says 5 to 20 times a day. If you're really tired one day, you're definitely yawning at least 10 times a day. And that means that's 10 yucky bird dumps on your head. But then one day, you'll laugh maybe 3 times. You won't get anything happen to you.
I'm assuming this would be more than fair. I could carry around like some wet wipes with me to like clean my shit off my fucking head and shit.
Sure. Yes, you can prepare and do whatever you need, but just know, they could shit in your hair. Like I said, you could be on a goddamn airplane watching a fucking funny movie, and then all of a sudden a bird dumps on your skull. And now you're wiping it up with a fucking wet
I feel like I
mat.
can stop my yawns a lot of the time, though.
You can't
Like if
I was gonna say that too.
In a work call and you had to yawn and you just kind of almost like swallowed the yawn, like made it like.
Remember when I tried to stop my fucking laughing when I had my fucking lip split open? Yeah, that was fun. So that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna fucking laugh and then I'm still gonna get a fucking brick thrown at my head. I don't know.
I don't need to ask any more questions. I know I'm going with the laugh.
You're going.
The thing with the laugh. The thing with the laugh.
Wow.
If you want to combat, is that it's every 10. What'd you say? Was the yawn every yawn?
Every yawn. A bird.
Yeah. See, that part kind of fucks the whole scenario up because then you're just playing a numbers game. I'm playing 10 against 1.
But that's what I'm saying. But like some days, you really. Like today, I don't really think I yawned.
I don't think
you did, but you did.
Yeah, true.
And you got bird shit right in your eyeball because of it.
That's what I mean. Right. It would be like, you don't even know, but at least like for laughing, you can kind of prepare. You can be like,
you can kind of prepare. You'd go days. You could go a day without.
Yeah, I would just like watch like fucking
videos. Like a toddler. What's he gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I get used to it.
All I gotta say is that regardless,
can you know it's coming? Like you hear the toddler, and you're like,
you can kind of like.
I know
you can kind of like I said, plan for it because like the thing is like
it's gotta hit you in the head. Regardless if you're ready or not.
It's gonna hit you in the head, and like the toddler, like you laugh, and you'll be like, oh, like in your head, like, oh, did that count as a full laugh? I don't know, maybe it didn't. So like you maybe get to like between
that's what
8 and 10 laughs, and you're like, oh, is this the next laugh? And then all of a sudden, maybe you're like clenching.
Well, that's what
you can clench, but it's gonna hit you in the.
I was just gonna say, no joke. Before you said that. I think I actually may go with a laugh, but I'll tell you this right now. If I did choose that option, I'm not doing that whole like I'm just living my life, and it's just it's every 10.
That's what I was saying.
At least I get 9 before I get a block to that.
Well, because then I feel like at least with the yawning, every time you yawn, but then like with the laughs, it's like I feel like that's harder to track. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I said,
I think.
I would just live my life and be like, fuck it. Every 10, I'm getting blasted in the head with the fucking.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think I'm doing laugh too. Yeah, especially drunk. I think it'd be funny. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna laugh.
Right.
Fucking throw it at my head.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. I was gonna say like how much damage does this block do? Like, do I have a mark on my head? Bump?
Yes, it's gonna leave a mark somewhere. Like I said, no one sees the action. But once again, so say you're like chilling with your friends and you're laughing, which whatever, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh fuck, and they're like, what happened? And you're like, nothing.
I mean,
and all of a sudden there's a fucking welt on.
I mean, if it was my close friends, could I still just be like, listen to this shit? You're not going to believe me, but
yeah, you can
there's a little phantom. Yes. There's a little phantom toddler.
You can let people know. You can let people know either way. Same thing. Me. Like if a bird shits on you, like you can be like, listen, I'm sorry. I know this is unfortunate. Every time I yawn, a bird shits on me. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't think a random person's going to believe you. They're going to think you're out of your fucking gourd. They'd be like, you're like,
well, until they see, because they see the bird shit and they smell it, you know. So then they're going to be like, whoa, this guy's fucking magic or some shit. But either way, they're still going to be like, this is very like unfortunate that I have to sit next to this magic bird shit.
Yeah, I would do the toddler block though. And it's strictly, yeah, put that in your piece of shit. That is strictly because of quantity for me. Just, I think I would at least being able to live with 10.
That was the thing I was trying to figure out is the quantity.
But see, I get where you're coming from though, because you would think you laugh way more than you yawn.
Exactly. Because there's days, like I said, you could go a couple days and you won't laugh 10 times a day probably.
I mean, my laugh to yawn ratio. You will
yawn every fucking day.
My laugh to yawn ratio in a day is probably like, or on average, like 15 to 1.
I agree.
Like it's not even close. But
I'll like laugh at myself.
I guess the biggest mental piece to it is at least I can still laugh without yawning for the rest of your life. And the other one absolutely and utterly blows. Like there's never a time that you're off.
Yeah, imagine like waking up and just like,
you're like,
then a fucking goose dumps on your nose.
Yeah. I'll do the blocks.
I don't even want to ask.
Yeah, see, it could go on your face. I said shoulders up. So maybe one day, you know, right on your shoulder. The next day, it could go right in your fucking cornea. You never know.
No, yeah. Toddler block.
Yeah.
Toddler
block for
sure. All right, lock in. All right.
Yeah, sleeper.
All right, fair. All right. Who wants to fucking
you want to go, Drew?
And
you want me to finish it off, or do you want to be the finale?
I'll send it. I'll rip it.
All right, go for it.
Rip it.
All right.
Wait, how good is yours though? Because mine's not that good. Like if you have a fucking absolute banger, and then my piece of shit comes in, it's gonna be like, fuck.
Sometimes you don't know until you talk it out. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the
actually. I think mine, even if it's not a good scenario, I think we're gonna have a good conversation about it regardless.
Yeah,
so that's all right.
We'll have an intellectual.
Mine's gonna be a hard choice. I think I'll tell you that.
But that's all we need. Perfect.
Right. Okay, so
show me what
would you rather, for the rest of your life, you can't. Nothing will ever make you laugh again. You'll never find anything funny.
Bizarre. Okay.
Nothing will ever make you laugh. Like, you can be happy, I guess, but like someone tells like a funny joke, like you just don't find any entertainment in it. You never laugh. So you'll never get the, like that good hearty laugh or like tears coming. You'll never have that ever again.
That's what life's made of.
Yeah, you always say the laughs where like you're almost laughing so hard nothing comes out of your mouth. Like you're like,
dude,
you're out of air.
No, okay. All right, go on.
And even just small laughs. You won't ever find anything funny, entertaining.
There's a dull bastard.
Ugh.
So that's one.
Sounds awful. Okay.
Option 2, would you rather? Or you can never hear music again. So, like, if you were to go to a concert, like, you wouldn't even feel the bass or anything. You would just, let's say you're at a concert, you'd hear the people.
I had a scenario like this
and stuff.
I was in the music part, yeah.
Well, actually, no. What was it? What was the scenario? It was like, would you rather, Drew? This was my scenario to talk to yours because we talked about the same kind of thing, kind of like indirectly. Would you rather only be able to hear the same song for the rest of your life? You choose one, or you can only hear every song one time. So, like, if you listen to the song for the first time, it was a banger, gone. And my point was where, like, what you just said. I was like, if you pick the one that was like, I'll listen to a bunch of songs but only one time. Then in theory, if you were in a club and you already heard the song that was playing, you hear nothing. So that's what just reminded me of your scenario. So like it wasn't the same scenario, but indirectly same kind of.
Keep that one we might have to mull that one over in a minute.
But yeah,
but anyways, so option 2 is you can never hear music again. So like There's music playing, like if you're just in the grocery store, you can't hear it. There's people singing, you can't hear it. You can't feel the vibrations of the music. Nothing. So but you can laugh your ass off all day long.
I'll give up music.
So, okay.
Easy.
Honestly, that's so fucking twisted, Drew, honestly, because like laughter and music, I feel is like
biggest things.
my lifeblood. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Both suck. Yeah.
Yo, want to know something? I'll say this while Gage is pondering. I've thought about this a lot. Like when you just kind of think about like going to a wedding or going to a bachelor party, you see the boys that you don't get to see a lot. Even like when we were at George's, we get to see you, Drew, and hang out. Like if you really boil it down, and maybe this is just our friend group, but I would assume it's a lot of people. A lot of the like, oh, we had so much fun is derived from laughing. It's like, I don't know. I just think there's a lot of camaraderie around like if you would you be as excited to see one another if you were like, oh, I can't wait to see Gage, and I was going to go to your house for 3 days and sit there and be like,
I know, yeah,
no,
like relationships would be like, yeah, honestly, yeah, so I don't even know if I would be able to be friends. I couldn't. You guys wouldn't even want to be friends with me. You know what I mean? If I was just like,
bro, it's like
you were like shooting the shit, and I'm just like
weird and annoying. You'd be like,
and honestly, it's like the most like turn off shit when you're like meeting someone for the first time and like everyone's laughing. This one guy's just like, it's like, all right, this guy's a prick. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, so I think, like I said, this is another scenario for me where I think it's kind of like the default answer. I don't think I could live I could live my life much closer to what it is right now without music, as much as that blows ass, than I can without laughing with my friends and my family and my fucking. That's who I am. It's like half my personality.
I guess my tidbit here is. So say it like it happens right now. Like, can I like hear and know music in my head, if that makes sense? So like, say like I know my favorite song, but I could like whistle like my favorite song at least. And
you just can't hear like
I can never hear it.
Right. Never hear it. Never hear
at least I know the spirit of music. I feel like at least like in my heart, I'm like, I know this music, but I can't hear it.
What about live music?
Nope.
No.
You don't hear anything. You don't hear or feel.
So the guitar, you literally see the guy standing going like this, and you just hear nothing.
Fuck, dude.
And you just hear people around you talking. That's all you hear.
Yo, I actually fucking hate this one.
I mean, I probably wouldn't go out to very many clubs or bars anymore.
Sure. Yeah. You guys want to go to the club? Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
You just hear people like it'd be so much white noise. I feel like too that you would notice. Like you would notice how much bar lingo is just garbage, and all just like, oh, I can't fucking hear you. What are you like?
Imagine being at the gym. Just nothing. Just
that'd be that
sound of weights.
Honestly, shit like that. running, working out.
This one's
driving.
I don't know.
Oh, driving. I mean, I can listen to podcasts, right?
Well, yeah, you can listen to stand up and shit.
Sure, yeah.
That's why that's literally one of the first things I thought of.
I mean, you can get yucks. I mean,
yeah, I would definitely.
There's only so much.
It would absolutely blow. Don't get me wrong, but I would do the music.
You know, that really made me really think that. Yeah, I think I like laughter more than music. You know,
I don't think it's close for me.
Yeah.
I could not imagine living without music. I'll be sad.
See, that's what I'm.
I'd rather be sad and listen.
I think I would like. I know, Drew. See, dude, this is really fucking. So,
like, if Gage made his own song and then played it back,
that's what I'm saying. I can't even like mix music like and shit. Like that's what I enjoy and love.
So his own voice. He sings into a microphone. If he hits play,
you also love laughing, and so.
Oh, Drew, I'm killing myself. I think. Drew, I hate this one, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Like I said, I think it's a default answer for me.
So so say I do like
it's a default answer for me too.
Okay, say I do like a gig. Say I do a gig, like my monthly gig at like the bar I usually like play at.
You're not even going to be able to like play music anymore.
So I can't even. That's what I'm. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So like, say I'm like jamming a song. Can I jam it but not hear it?
How would you be able to do that?
So like, I can't even play music. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's right.
Essentially.
You can't hear new music, like you said. You remember old songs or whatever, so maybe you could like.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So like, say I go to the show and I play What I Got by Sublime. If I play it, do I not
No,
just? I
you just
don't
hear it in your head. You just hear it in your head. You don't hear it while you're. You don't feel the vibrations from the guitar. You don't feel the drums. You don't feel any of that. You don't feel fucking. You're just whistling it to yourself in your head. You're not hearing the song out loud.
Honestly, Drew, I might think about this one till tomorrow morning. I don't like this one.
All right, good.
Oh,
he is a thinker. He did say he was a thinker. I mean, I would go. No, I mean, and you guys know,
challenge the two best things in life: music and laughter. Like you can't.
That's another thing about laughter too. Laughter derives from a lot of things. It's not like you're just like, oh, I can't watch a comedy show. It's like that's everything. That's conversation with your best friend. That's fucking conversation with your girlfriend, wife. Like that's like everything is laughter.
I think I have to go. Fuck. I think
I would actually die.
Cutting the music. I'm going laughed. That's what I'm saying. I know. But if I had to choose, I think I'd have to go laughed.
Because knowing you as well as I do, honestly, as much as you're a big music guy, you make your own music, I still think laughter is a way bigger part of who you are.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much, right? There's so much more you can really gain.
Drew, honestly, so are you. Yeah. You're a fucking big music guy.
Yeah, Drew, so you're really, what are you doing?
He said he's keeping the music.
I'm keeping the music. I could not live without music. I'll be sad and depressed my whole life as long as I can listen to music. Though that's
not even if, dude. Oh my wow! No. So this is a splitty
music.
Billy?
I could not live.
So let me ask you this:
I know.
Do you think it's funny the things you hear, but you just physically can't laugh, or do you just have no amusement at all?
You don't.
Yeah, you're just like Asperger's.
Like,
you're just basically They're just
you
like
can't even compartmentalize it and just have to hold it in. You just are straight up a dull piece of shit. No, but just
literally, your funny bone is erased.
I get it. But
that's literally 75% of who I am. I just wrote this one literally as we were signing in. Like I said, I don't know how good of a scenario. It may be a good one. I don't know. All perception, but I do think there'll be some funny conversation, and I could also add to it. So. It says,
okay.
The scripture reads, would you rather
the scripture
take a taser shot to the plums or take a baseball bat full swing to the shin? The person who is swinging said bat is this man right here, who's number 99.
Judgy?
Aaron Judge.
Nice.
So the person who probably swings a baseball bat harder than anyone on the planet is the one swinging the bat. So that is a scenario. Now, both scenarios, there's no like limitation of like, well, other than you're not going to die. It's the only limitation. There's no limitation of like, you'll be okay in this scenario and you won't have this bad. You can get infections. You can go to the hospital. You can rehabilitate. You can have no kids if you take the fucking ball shot. I don't know what's going to happen. You choose.
Okay, you just got to, it's just up to fate.
And it's full, there's no like, snap your fingers, you're back to normal. You go through the recovery.
So it's pure.
You choose which one you prefer.
Initially, I'm saying balls, to be honest. Like, that's my initial thought. I haven't really thought it through, but dude,
I actually haven't thought through my own answer at all.
Are you kidding me? If Aaron Judge fucking hit my shin, I think my leg would literally, I think my toe would touch my knee. Like,
it would just fold.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I literally think.
I mean, I promise you,
jackknife.
It just goes right through your leg. It's still just in the ground.
I promise you, your leg is definitely compound fractured. That is for certain.
Yeah.
And it's a metal bat too, not a wood.
Oh, it's a metal bat. Okay, that kind of throws a fucking dynamic in. Okay.
So it's not going to break. Oof. That's my point. It's not going to break. Like the wood bat, it's not going to shatter.
So my leg will break. Right. My leg
your leg will break. That is a absolute fact. I promise you that. I can guarantee.
I would 100% love to of your money back. Dude. Okay. So is my shin on like a T? You know, it's like T-ball.
No,
like,
it's not suspended.
Is he hitting it? Like, am I just standing regular?
Yes,
and
you're
he just
standing
hits
with
it
weight
like,
on it, so that when he hits it, it's got some.
Okay, but
it's got some kinetic energy.
He's not up to bat,
or
and it's like energy. Perfectly in line with my fucking. You know what I mean? Okay.
No, you're standing there still, full weight on your leg, and he winds up like a normal swing with a metal bat and rips you in the center of your shin as hard as he possibly can.
I'm taking balls. Yeah.
And I almost looked this up, no joke, during one of the
taser to the balls.
One of the breaks.
How long does it?
I don't know, and I probably should know this, like having family members that were cops and studying law, but like I don't know if there's different voltages to tasers, but it's a high one. It ain't no pussy shit that's gonna knock you down and you get back up. It's a
What do you?
it's a substantial.
What are you thinking, Drew?
Well, initially, this whole time, I want to say the bat.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll accept a broken leg. That's, it is what it is. I'm concerned about the damage to the balls. I'm concerned about fertility.
That's the mystery.
And I'm concerned about other things that, the leg, it'll fix itself.
It isn't one ball. So worst case, you could have another. Actually,
so
no, that's
like
not true. That's not true.
The other thing is
you don't know where it's going.
I think that recovery is going to be, it sounds like it's going to be quicker. I mean,
I do think
would
so.
imagine.
I do
the
think
balls?
So.
Yeah, I think the balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Quicker.
Bro, your leg is going to be fucking decimated, dude. A metal bat to your shin?
No, I hear you. I get it.
Here's one of the differences I think that comes into play for the scenario is that I think the taser to the balls is more of an X variable. Like you may be able to walk out, no fertility problems, and
that's what I'm saying. You could just fucking,
but you're
feel ready to go.
Rolling a much higher die than if you do the leg. But the leg, I guess you know how people say like athletes, like this guy's a higher ceiling but a lower floor, like there's more to risk. I think the leg, the floor is high. You're guaranteed to shatter your shit, and you're gonna go through a 6 to 12 month fucking rehabilitation. Like you're fucked. But you know that it will come to an end to some extent, and like you may have like a little bit of a harder time sprinting like you used to, but you can probably still walk around just fine and whatever.
Is it
the balls might be like you got lucky and nothing happens. The plums may be all right, but they also may completely zap yourself and you can't have kids anymore. And that I feel like is horrible to think about.
Is it bare skin?
Yeah, it's right off the plums.
Okay. Is it the age I'm at now? Like
yes.
Both of these predicaments. Okay. Because like that would change it. Because if I was 80, shock my balls to their fucking raisins. You know what I mean?
I'm
okay.
Go ahead, I actually I think I'm gonna flop to balls. I think because I just think there's less risk there. I think for the long. I think pain, my balls are resilient recovery. Enough. Yeah. I think, and I might even stimulate them. I'd be the first guy to be
tasing the sack.
No. So yeah, no, I agree.
I think I'm gonna go with the balls after I think about it more here.
Yeah,
oh, it would suck so bad. Would absolutely royally blow.
Yeah.
I'm doing the balls. Shock me in the balls, dude. I couldn't imagine like rehabilitating from like because at least I don't know if he'd walk again. Like if he really,
you definitely would,
bro.
Even if it was like metal rods in your leg, you may not be able to run around like a banshee, but you'll definitely be able to walk.
Right, but at least okay. Here's a question. Well, you said, I mean, I can still like orgasm, but I guess I don't know because
is that worth infertility?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, right.
Balls.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Is there a risk that if my balls get electrocuted, I can never orgasm again? Is that a risk?
Maybe like a small one.
I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Like I said, there's no other guarantee other than you won't die from either of these. It's the only guarantee. Whatever happens. Everyone will probably react differently. One guy will probably walk away from both and be like, all right. And then one guy probably, same with like people in the NBA, like, dude, Aaron Rodgers blew his Achilles out and was almost ready to play in 6 months. And some people don't play for 2 years. Like, you just don't know. Like, it's just how your body, first of all, how it hits you. I'm not guaranteeing locate. It could be, some people might get it worse than others. It's just moment that it happens. You're rolling the dice in both.
Yeah, I'm taking the testy
balls,
taser.
Balls.
Taser.
I think about it this way. I could see the jackass guys doing that.
That's a good point.
Other, but they would never take a metal bat to each other's shit.
That's actually very true. Yeah, Chris Pontius literally had a snake bite his dickhead. So
but he never had Aaron Judge swing a metal bat at his shit.
No. No, I think
dead.
I mean, the head doesn't do much. You can mash that in as long as your balls.
And a few of the
are produced.
Jackass guys died.
Many.
Yeah, not from testicular infections.
It
I don't think.
couldn't have helped whatever they were barking upon during their
Goofing
time.
hot sauce? No, yeah.
Yeah, that'll usually do it. What
I
do you
think to
Tommy?
me, the scare, especially having the father that I have, like being like, I want to be a dad myself, scares the living fuck out of me. That if I couldn't be able to like
You're taking
reproduce.
Batty?
See, the thing with the bat is that I know that at least like first person
you're
bat
sick.
swing more than anybody. Like playing.
Like your boy, you're probably going to be honored to have him.
Yeah, honestly, you'd probably be like,
I think
kiss
honestly,
You'd be
bro,
wearing his jersey while it happens. You'd be like,
Yeah.
let's go.
no
Judge
troll.
one?
It actually is a good enticing point that I'd be able to meet Aaron Judge in that scenario. Like, not
that's
even
true.
trolling.
See, that's why it kind of does play a role in your.
I
Now,
think
for you, it's
I think I
David
would. I
Ortiz.
think I would do the leg.
Wow. No,
I've
ball
never broken a
shock.
bone in my life. I've never went through. Well, that I know of.
Ball shock.
I think
Yeah,
I would
balls.
do the leg. I think I'd do the leg.
Wow, another splitty.
Blitter
Billy.
Sam.
Well,
I think I would
that's
do
fair.
the leg. I think I'd do the leg. Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Splitter.
Come find me,
Splitter
motherfucker.
Sam strikes again. No, that's fair. All right. Well,
And then I'll sue Aaron Judge for $50 million. I'm rich. You're fucking sue. No, I'm kidding. That's not a. No, you can't sue.
all right. Well, that's fair. That's fair. All right, boys. Well, I mean, do we got anything else up the sleeve, or do we just fucking shut down shop while we're ahead?
I thought that was plenty. And I
Yeah, I
enjoyed
think we've got.
Was that scenario?
another
Was that scenario
fucking-
better or worse than I was leading up to? Because I didn't really know what that was.
No, that was a stinker. I still don't like the music and laughter one, but
Yeah,
you know,
music and laugh.
We'll get there. We might have to talk about that next week.
It sounds like Dragon Ball Z fucking ending. And next time on the Buckle In Pod. So
we'll ponder some
find out on
music
episode
and
9.
laughter.
Yeah, that
Oh my
one.
God.
I'll be posting a poll on that one for show.
All right, so should I shut it down and then we'll shoot the shit for a minute?
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Well, and that's the episode, everybody. I hope you loved it. Follow us on fucking Instagram and TikTok. And also follow Tommy on fucking Miley Cyrus's fucking song, whatever the fuck.
It's quite impressive.
All right. Love y'all.
92,000 likes.
Peace.